Welcome again, family. Welcome to Chris's Caribbean Delights. And today I'm making some bakes. I got up, wanted something to do breakfast with, and couldn't make up my mind. So I said, listen, let me make some bakes. And I have some salted fish, that which I'm going to boil and shred and get some bakes and saltfish. Why not? So in this bowl I have 3 cups of bread flour. I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I have some softened butter. I'm going to leave all the measurements below in the description box. And I have 1 tablespoon of coconut oil in there. Salt, of course. So have those ingredients, and now I'm going to rub this butter and this coconut oil into the flour. Just rub it in here. Make sure it gets into the flour. Once you're satisfied that that's rubbed in, I have a yeast mixture. My yeast was blooming, just in some warm water, and a tablespoon of 2 teaspoons of yeast and some sugar. And then we're going to bring this dough together here. May need a little more water. You just add gradually to bring it all together. So once your dough comes together, just knead it for a few minutes until it gets nice and smooth. And we'll let it rest for at least 30 minutes. And here I have some salted Guyanese Banga here that I brought from Guyana. And I'm going to get the skin off. It's not a lot of flesh on this Banga, but whatever I get, that's what I'll use. I'll just debone it, get the bones out, the skin off, and we'll crush it and make some stewed saltfish to go with the bakes. Just take all the bones out and get the skin off. It's looking good so far. Anyway, I'll finish the rest and I'll be back. So after my dough rested for about 35 minutes, I took it out, turned it out onto this floured surface. I give it a few kneads, just press it in, you get the air out, and then I made some lawyers, some little balls, dough balls. I'm going to let this rest for about 10 minutes before I start frying them. So when I start frying, I'll be back. So let's roll them off into some discs. Depending on how thick you want them, I usually have them like maybe a 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 to a quarter of an inch thick. Just something like this. Yeah. Okay, now I've got a few done. We'll start frying. Let's get our oil up to 350. I would initially bring my oil up to 325 or 350, and then I try to maintain it at 300, because once you drop it, the bakes in there, the temperature is going to go down a little, and so you just have to maintain it to like maybe at 300. And I bathe the top of the bakes with the hot oil so that they can cook evenly, and the top could start to puff and separate. So then you can turn it over for the other side to cook. But you want the top to start puffing like how it's doing now. You want it to start puffing up, and once it starts puffing up and it's separating, you know it's cooking. The other layer is cooking, I mean the bottom is cooking. And then you flip it over, and then you just let it brown. That's as easy as it is. You wait for your nice golden brown color that you're looking for, and you know both sides are cooked. Just a little patience. And it takes maybe about a minute and a half on each side, I would say. Yeah. But I like to flip it over a couple of times so that I can see what's happening below. And I like to have enough oil in there so that it's not touching the bottom of the, once it puffs up, it's not touching the bottom of the pan. Because when it touches the bottom of the pan, it's going to start to brown really on that part and maybe burn. So I like to have enough oil so that it's floating. I move it around. I don't like to do more than 2 at a time because I can control them. And how I like to is, so you see it starts to get brown here, and I can control it. And if I need to stand it on the side so that the sides can cook, you know, all those little tricks sometimes you need to do. But other than this, the sides are cooking. There's enough oil in there to cook the sides. So. And here we are, nice and golden brown. And we'll just add this to his buddies here. that's it.